Donald Trump. Just listening to the man speak inspires blind loyalty in some, and in others, makes deaf people take a jackhammer to their hearing aids. After 4 years of the Trump administration, the American public have decided that enough was enough, and they just voted in Joe Biden. Now, there's been a lot of bullshit over the last 4 years, lots of whinging and whining and complaining. Hell, some of it even came from the left. But I thought that now that he's been voted out, it was time to take a step back. Let's take a fair look at his record and let it stand for itself. First, let's take a look at some of his business ventures. Now, Trump ran on a platform of being a successful businessman, that he was going to run the country like a business, that, he was this successful billionaire and that he was perfect for America. So you would think that his businesses would be successful. Well, let's take a good look, eh? So first up, we have Trump Steaks, bankrupt. This one, I feel maybe we should cut him a bit of slack, just because, according to Stormy Daniels, he probably knows more about mushrooms than quality meat, so, I don't know, maybe he should have opened a vegan place. Secondly, Trump University, defunct. This one, I have to admit, is pretty surprising. I wouldn't have guessed that this guy...
really anonymous.
Wouldn't be exactly who you'd want to go to for a quality education. Trump Airlines. This one was actually really bad. He got a $245 million loan to buy out an airline and the routes and that, and it wasn't even making enough money to cover the interest repayments, let alone the actual repayments. So he defaulted. Trump Vodka, trademark abandoned. It seems that drinkers the world over didn't really take the tastes of a known teetotaler to be that good, so they didn't really buy this. And I've seen people drink metho with Coke, so this shit must have been pretty bad. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall during that pitch meeting. Alright, and finally we have Trump Casinos. Right, so this I'm assuming is the one. This has got to be it. The business fully centered around people walking in and spending exorbitant amounts of money on increasingly rigged games of and he bankrupted that too. You gotta be fucking kidding me. How do you bankrupt a casino? They literally hand you money. This is So, if his goal was to have a record book full of failed businesses, a record number of bankruptcies, then he's a successful businessman. Otherwise, not so much. Okay, so his business prowess wasn't all that crash hot, but surely his presidency was successful. He constantly tweeted that he was everyone's favourite president, that he was breaking records, that promises were kept. He can't have been lying every time, right? Well, let's take a look at some of the records. Lowest overall approval rating for the entire presidency. Highest rate of executive orders since Jimmy Carter, after he spent 8 years attacking Obama for signing executive orders. Highest turnover rate of any administration at 34% of his top advisors in his first year. Played golf 295 times after attacking Obama for golfing a fraction of that number over 8 years. He never did get that wall up. One of only 3 impeached presidents, 7 former advisors indicted, one of only 5 one-term presidents, and one of them only was a one-term because he died in office. His entire administration was rife with criminal investigations, scandals, and cover-ups. I'm sure I could go on, and on, and on. But I think the record speaks for itself, Donald. There's no fake news. There's no left-wing bias against you. You're just a useless criminal grifter who tarnished the office of president, and I'm happy to say the American people have told you.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.